I'm Eddie, the police chief of the Centenary College Police Department and director of public safety. This Zoom session is going to be about DPS and what we do. And it is being recorded, so it can be used in the future for other people. Anybody has any questions, please just either raise your virtual hand or unmute and feel free to ask a question. I'm just going to kind of go through what DPS, what we do here, and what things we cover on campus. I may cover your question over what I'm fixing to discuss here. So what we do, we cover all the parking on campus. We do IDs. We do all the access, which is with IDs and with keys. We handle all the special events on campus, events with Centenary, and we also host outside events on the campus here. The police department also falls under the Department of Public Safety, and we have 8 commissioned officers. Those officers are all commissioned through the state of Louisiana, and we have the arrest powers in our jurisdiction here. We are here 24/7, every day of the year, Christmas, New Year's. There's always an officer on campus, and most of the time there's more than one. We also provide escorts for students. We do that 24/7, and we use golf carts. If it's raining, we'll use one of our police vehicles. So we really encourage our students to write our numbers down, put them in their phones, and take advantage of the escorts, because we are, like I say, we're here, and it gives us a chance to meet the students, interact with the students. We also have a tool that we can alert the campus via text message in case of an emergency. We typically have found that we use that, I guess, more frequently to alert the campus of school closures due to ice, of all things. And but that is the we have in place for emergencies, or to get a message out to the entire Centenary community in a quick fashion. We can also send out global emails. The text alerts are limited on characters, so it's usually going to be a short and sweet message of what's going on, and we may follow up in the text to look out for emails with more information. I failed to mention that Frank Borzak, who is our access administrator, who handles all the parking, all the keys, all the IDs, everything non-police related, Frank handles. So thanks for being with us, Frank.
Yeah, happy to be here.
If you have questions regarding anything non-police related, Frank can answer that question. It's like being parking, IDs, access. Clery, he's also our Clery compliance officer. So if you're not aware of what Clery is, Google it and check it out, because that's something that's required by the Department of Education, that we're required to report certain crimes and make those reports available to everybody in the campus community. Some of the other things we do with the Department of Public Safety is we do lots of training. We do lots of alcohol awareness, drug education, and we try to do those in small groups. We try to get in front of either sports teams. We get together with the sports teams. We get together with the fraternities or sororities. And we do that in small groups just because it's easier to talk about some of these topics in smaller groups than they are in a big group. We also do multiple self-defense classes. We have several different defense classes that we can do, both for male and females. We do anything from a 1 hour to 2 hour class, all the way up to a real structured RAD, which is a rape aggression defense. It's a national program, and there are a couple of us here on the department that are certified to teach that. And it's a real structured, it's a 9 hour class, and we encourage males and females get involved with that. It's a really good class. We do that once a semester. We try to do a class in the fall, and then we do a class in the spring. So keep an eye out for that on our Facebook page. We also Instagram, but the Facebook page and Instagram is how we advertise these special events that we do for the students. Something we do about 5 times a year is called Check Your Ride, and that's something that we do prior to all the major breaks, and we usually do it a couple of days prior to the breaks, and we'll do it from say noon to 4 o'clock for 2 days, and we will set up either in our back parking lot or up at the center of campus there, and we encourage students to come by and check their cars. We show them how to check their vehicles, how to check the oil, the antifreeze, the brakes. We'll check their belts, their hoses, the windshield wipers, the air pressure in their tires, all those things that can cause a breakdown while you're on the road. So we just to help ensure that our students get home for all their breaks. And so we encourage the students, but we also encourage the parents to remind their students, hey, swing by, check your ride, and let DPS check your car before you come home for break. Because like I say, that's a free service that we provide. Advanced Auto right down the road, they provide all the oils and the fluids for free. They give us the transmission fluid, brake fluids, windshield wiper fluids. All those are donated by Advanced Auto. And we're there to show the students how to check the oil, how to check their antifreeze, and we'll have an air compressor there to check their air pressure. So again, that's all, it's a learning thing, because hopefully by the end of their 4 years here that, you know, they come up and they do all this, and we just kind of stand by and watch, and we'll check off the checklist. As opposed to the first time they come through, we'll let them hold the checklist and we'll kind of show them how to do it. So another opportunity for us to engage in a positive way with our students. As the students are coming onto campus, and we actually encourage this prior to, as you're moving and getting all this stuff ready to come to campus, we encourage you to either etch or engrave or somehow mark, identify your property. Refrigerators, microwaves, TVs, take pictures of the serial numbers, document all that stuff. Just good to have for insurance purposes in case something comes up missing. So we also have forms that we can give students when they get here. That kind of helps make that process a little bit easier, but it's always easier to get those items, to get those numbers as you're moving the items, as opposed to trying to get it later, because if you're moving it, it's maybe easier to find that serial number. But that's something that we can help them out with. We have etching devices that we can etch their deal number or whatever number they want to use to identify their items. So we do that for free. As the students, I guess, apply for jobs, medical jobs, or jobs that require fingerprints, we offer that for free. So we do fingerprinting for our students, staff, and faculty. That jobs may require fingerprints, we'll do that for them for free. And we still have their call boxes. So if a student's away from their phone or don't have their phone with them and they need the police, there's about 13 call boxes around campus. They walk up to the box, they push the button, and they're speaking to a police officer. So that line goes straight to the officer that's on duty. And that's how the students, I guess if they need the police, we give them the direct number to the officer on duty. So it's just a cell phone the officers carry, and we give the students that number during orientation. We'll stop orientation session and have them all get their phones out, put this phone number in your phone. You can text to this number if you have a problem or just a question. You can text or call the officer on duty, and that number will call the officer on duty. So again, it's trying to make the access to the officers quick and easy and personable, because they'll be talking directly to the officer that will be responding to the call. We employ students with the federal work study program here, so we'll have 8 to 10 students working with us each semester, and they're helping us with enforcing the parking rules around the campus. They write parking tickets, and they help to I guess, enter those tickets into the system. They help us out with special events. And again, it's a good way for students to kind of see the behind the scenes of how a police department works and get to see and know the police officers better. So that's a neat opportunity. If anybody has any questions on anything I haven't touched on, feel free to step in and ask a question. If you would like to check out the Facebook page, it's Centenary College Police Department. If you search Centenary College Police Department, check out the Facebook page. You can go back and look at some of our programs. You can check out Big Al checking out cars for the Check Your Ride. And you see some of the things that we do with the students. We try to, like I say, encourage interaction with the students. And so here's a good question. Student picks up the phone with the call box and doesn't able to communicate. So yes, so if a call comes through, it calls the phone. I'm sorry. It calls the duty phone at the call box. If the officer is not able to hear, if it's not a good communication, yes, we will respond to the location. So that's a good question. And we have just added about close to 100 cameras. So we were hovering around a little over 100 cameras on campus, and now we're pretty sure we're over 200 cameras. And now majority of those cameras are external cameras, so we can see. I believe we can see most of the call boxes. So if a student's at a call box, we probably can see them on the camera, which is kind of neat. That was a summer project that we had, and like I said, we've got almost all of the campus covered with cameras. So we're excited about that, and it's some of what the student workers do too. While they're in the office, they'll have access to see the cameras because the officers are not always in the office. A lot of times they're out on campus, so that's a help. What have I missed, Frank?
I think that covers most of it. The big thing on parking is that we are awaiting the new permits to come in. So the first or second week of July, we'll send out a notification to all the students, letting them know when it's time to register, as well as how to go about doing so. For the incoming students, they will not be able to register until they've gotten their mailbox number from the post office. And that'll just be a matter of when they're ready to post the new mailboxes from turning them around from students who graduated last year.
And that process is just going online. When they receive the email, I guess there'll be a link to the website. They go to our website, fill out the information, and Frank will process that, and it will go to their campus mailbox. So when they arrive on campus, they go to their campus mailbox, and they'll get their parking hang tag. It's a hang tag that they can switch from car to car, the car issue, or they're in between cars, so it's transferable. We do try to keep record of the car that they do have on campus, so if it does change, we like to be notified of that so that we'll know if we have to pull that tag, or if that car, if we find the tag on the ground, we'll be able to locate the person and know which vehicle it goes to. So everybody's going to call me right now. Any other questions? Frank, what else did we? So the IDs, when they get their ID, the ID has a multiple functions. It works, of course, as their ID, so we can identify the person with their name, but it also will be their access card to get them into their dorm. The dorms stay locked 24/7. The dorms are always locked, and their ID card will get them into their dorm just by placing it within a couple of inches of the card reader. And they'll be issued a key, a hard key, regular key, to get into their suite room and into their actual dorm room. So The card also is meal swipe. So their meal swipe the meal, whatever meal plan they have will be uploaded onto the card. And when they enter the CAF, they'll swipe and get their meals with the card. So also the bucks, the cent bucks can be used at Randall's. That's also on the card. So the card has multiple functions. If they lose the card, it's just as quick as sending a phone, a call, or a text to us, and Frank can cut the card off so that it can't be used by someone that doesn't belong to. You want to say something, Frank?
Yeah, the IDs also work for the library to check out books. It's got a barcode system on it, so we've got a mag stripe, a barcode, a chip, and then the actual printed front of the ID. Should your students lose it or it gets damaged due to student use, inappropriate use, there is a $30 replacement fee. If it just suddenly stops working for some reason, or if it is stolen and there's a police report, that fee is waived.
And just normal wear, if they wear the thing out after 4 years and it just stops working, we're not going to charge them for that.
Normal wear and tear is free of charge.
So there will be an email coming out in a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, for parking. Keep an eye out for that, and then just have them do that online. You will need to have the basic information of the car, the make, model, 4-door, blue color, and the plate number. So things like that you'll need to have handy whenever you do try to register your vehicle. The next session will be next Monday, the 26th. Integrated advising and academic support will be on the Zoom session at noon next Monday, the 26th. So put that on your calendars. I'm sure there'll be emails going out with that. My email address is ewalker@centenary.edu. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me there, and I can respond to any questions that either were not mentioned today or that we're not able to answer. So just keep that handy. Frank, I'll let you give them your email address.
The best way to email me is actually through DPS@Centenary. That'll send the email to myself, Chief, and our lieutenant. My name's a little bit more complicated to spell, so sending an email directly to me is a pain.
So DPS@centenary.edu is the best way to get a hold of, like I say, myself. It'll go to myself, Frank, and Lieutenant Englade. Or my direct email is ewalker@centenary.edu. If nobody has any other questions, I think we covered a lot of what DPS does. We are, again, just want to stress that we are here 24/7, and our priority is the safety of our students, our staff, and our faculty. And we maintain a good police presence. We have a good working relationship with the Shreveport Police Department, the Caddo Sheriff's Department, and even the local FBI office here. So we communicate well, we train together well, and we have resources at our disposal if we ever need them. So proud of the department that it's grown out to be. We are got a great group of officers. We've got tons of experience. Got several of the officers are retired Shreveport police officers, so they're mature in their ways, and they're here try to help out these students get through their 4 years of college and to be an asset and to be a resource for them if they need. So again, it's a neat opportunity to have to police, but also, like I say, get to be involved with these young people in their 4 years of college. So we're excited, look forward to seeing the new freshman class. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. So thank you very much, and you guys have a good day.